Hello everyone, welcome to another week in our garden. Sunday today and it's very overcast and it's 23 degrees. It's very warm and very close. What I'm going to do this week, I'm going to start by lifting the last of the kohlrabi. There's only 4 plants left, so I'll take those out. Now this is the bed that we had the cauliflowers in, the Tonto. The cauliflowers have all been lifted, frozen or cooked. This plot for the overwintered brassicas. I have replenished that end, I've just this end to do, but I'm waiting to get these 4 kohlrabi out and then we'll replenish this end. Now I'll wait for the rain and then I'll break this soil down again when it's a little bit softer, and then this will be ready for the overwintered brassicas, which I'll show the progress of when we get up to the shed. But the first thing is to get this kohlrabi out. There you are then, that's the last of the kohlrabi. This will be blanched and frozen down, ready for winter use. Since I took the insect mesh off this tunnel, it's amazing the amount of whitefly that had got onto that kohlrabi. And there's whitefly everywhere now. So it's a good job we got the covers on everything else. Now as I said before, I can get this bed broken down and get it replened up and ready for the overwinter brassicas, which I'll show you now, okay? Now we're outside the shed. Now with me setting these brassicas, this will be the 3rd set I've done, because every time I set them, as soon as the seedlings get about 1 inch high, they're eaten off by something on these tables. Put this tank on top and isolated the seed and kept it on until they've germinated, and nothing's been able to get in there to eat them. There was only eating the brassicas. The onions and the lettuce and the beetroot they're left alone, but they kept attacking the brassicas. So now I'll just take this case off and show you how they're doing. It's quite heavy. Now these are the seeds that we set. Pansies, the 3 pots are at the back. They've just popped through in the last day or 2, so they haven't quite turned green yet. They're fine. The cabbages are all doing well. For some unknown reason, the cauliflower winter 3 has failed, so that is now out. I might as well remove that. That just hasn't come up at all. I have to reset that one again with a different cauliflower. The Romanesco this time is up. It took 3 attempts to get that up, but now they're okay. There's a bit of kale and several cabbages in there. When I transplant them, which won't be long now, especially these reds, I'm going to put them under these covers again until they're ready, and then they'll go down to the tunnels. It could have been the heat or anything. I don't really know why they was dying off, but by isolating them, we've got some good plants. So I'm going to pop the cover back on now, and we're going down to pick some raspberries. Okay. That'll isolate them nicely. I knew at some stage this tank would come in useful for something. We're in the fruit cage now, and it sounds like all the chickens in the neighbourhood have started crowing, so do bear with me with that. Now these will be the new raspberries that we've set this year. The raspberries in the other 2 rows will probably be grubbed out this year, and these will be the new crops. Now the new ones that we put in have done remarkably well, so we're at the stage now where we can start grubbing out the old stock and then bring the new stock in. Okay, we'll get them picked and show you what we've picked. Now as you can see, we've picked the little basket absolutely full, and there's still loads to pick. It's just started to spot with rain, so we'll nip up to the house and then I'll come down when we've emptied the basket. I'm sure there's still at least 2 more baskets in there still to pick. Hello there, we're down the garden at the apple tree. Now I'm just going to summer prune it. A little bit late than what I normally am this year, but I thought with the dry weather it wouldn't put on so much growth, which has proved me a bit wrong because it's actually done rather well. But I need to take some of this top growth off. Now I'm not too concerned about the middle growth of it because I need the fruit where I can pick it, but I don't want all this up there fruiting, else we'll never be able to pick it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to prune back with the secateurs what I can, and then I'm going to use the long handle pruners to take the rest off. You can see here that's last year's pruning, and this is all this year's growth. Now this is a side shoot, so I'm going to prune it to about there, look, so just above a node as normal, and then I don't want that bearing fruit because what will happen, it'll pull the whole branch down if it gets a lot of fruit on it. It's a nice apple. They're a little bit smaller than normal this year, but it's a good keeping apple. When it's fully ripened we'll take these, and it's a good plant, a good tree. We'll go there, and these will be the fruiting spurs that you can see there for next year. There's no fruiting spurs on this top bit. There's a few there, look, just below where we're going to cut. That'll bear next year's fruit. So what we'll do, we'll go above that node there, look, and just take it off. Likewise there. If we can get to it, there you are. I'll take them off. I shall go round the whole of the middle tree like that, and then I use the long handle pruners for the top. The side shoots that are coming out the tree I will reduce a little, else what will happen is if the fruit will pull the boughs down and snap them off. So I'm going to reduce those as well. These are where you're going to bear the fruit next year. It stops there. This is all the new growth. So we'll go 2, look, let's give it 2, and we'll take that off there like that. So I shall go round where the last fruiting bud is, 2 buds, and take off. That's just for the bottom. The last fruiting spur is there, so if we cut it to above, we'll go there. Once you get your eye in, you can do it quite quickly. Now a lot of people leave it for winter pruning, but I like to come back in the winter of anything that I don't have missed or that's not shaping up very well, so take that out. This one here is going straight back into the tree, look. Now that's no good at all, but I know it's going to fruit to there and that won't be in the way, so I'm going to take it off there, look. We'll still bear fruit on that. So I'll go around the outside of the tree and then I'll come back when I do the middle. Now I've pruned all around the edge at that top where I want to keep it tight in a little bit more, but I'm not too concerned about it coming out. I just don't want it going up anymore. When you're using your long handle pruner, you can't do exactly as you'd like to do it with the secateurs, but we do it as neat as we can using the long handle. We're pruning the top down because we don't want to be picking apples on a ladder in years to come. We've actually pruned this since it was a maiden, which was more or less a twig, and we've kept the shape nice. It's fruiting nice. We can handle all the fruit from the ground, and that's my intention by cutting the top off to keep it fruiting low so we can harvest it better. Where the point of the pruner is, I just want to take it just above there, and that's what I'm looking for, just above there. They're the ones that's going to bear the fruit next year, and I just want to take all this top growth off. So what we'll do, is, like I said, look, I can't get it dead on, but it's getting a little bit windy, and the wind sometimes helps take the branches away. Not that one. And same again, look, just above where it's going to bear fruit to, so that's high enough for us to reach from now on. We'll work our way across, that's the best way. I say there's not much chance of getting these on a node or anything, so we'll do the best we can. I'll go here, look, that's where it's going to bear the fruit, so we'll go just above it. And the same again there, I think. That's not too bad. There's a bit of a branch going inside there, so we'll take that out anyway. Take this one up here. I'll go round and finish the tree, take the branches out and show you the finished thing. Now there you are, that's a apple tree that has been summer pruned, and it will give us a lot more fruit that we can actually harvest next year. So that's the apple tree done. Very pleased with that. It's pruned well this year. I should do exactly the same to the pear. You really need to be getting on with your fruit trees now. Remember, don't do the stone fruits, especially now there's rain about, because the silver leaf is in the rain itself. Look at that, it's a well summer pruned fruit tree. I'm pleased with that. Right, now we're going to have to go up and sort out the crazy grape. It's grown again, so I really need to trim it back again so that the air and the sun can get in to ripen what fruit is on it. Now we're up outside the shed under the crazy grape, as you can see. Now I came down this morning, we had quite a shower of rain last night, and a lot of it had actually come through, so there was foliage hanging down. So I thought, right, that's it, I've got to reduce this foliage. So this morning I've reduced this half of the foliage, and now there's just that end to do, so I'll show you doing that. But as you can see, it's a lot more light, and the air will be able to pass through, and the sunshine will be able to get in to ripen the grapes that are left. There's quite a lot of them. They're not very big this year, but being that we only want them for making a little bit of wine, it makes no difference. I say this every year, and hopefully I will do it this year. I'll put some extra supports in so that when it's fully laden I'm not butting my head onto all the fruit all the time. So I must make a point of doing it this year, probably. Okay, now we're up on top of the grapevine now. As you can see, there's as many grapes up here as what there is below. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce this foliage down to let the air and the light in. I'm going to be quite drastic with it. As long as I don't cut grapes off, we'll be alright, I think. It sounds like one of the chickens wants to come and give me a hand. Quite drastic. Mainly just leaves I'm taking off. I'm not taking too much of the growth off at all. And if it grows a few more leaves, which this crazy thing will probably grow as many leaves again that we take off. It seems to do every time. Now that's all the growth since last time we pruned it, look. So it's put a good 10 inches on since we last did it. Work our way along. They ought to come off really, but no. If you see anything like this, you might as well take them off now, because they're not going to make anything, so just take them off. I dropped them down. The chickens might be interested, but they're a bit green yet. As you can see, that little area I've done, you can see what difference it makes, and it'll help ripen these bunches of grapes that are hanging in here. This is all last year's growth, so all these, the first two, are what we grew across last year as an extra, if you like. But they're fruiting very well, to say this is only their second year. And so if you find a little bunch, just take it off. Don't be. See, this sort of thing that's been hiding in the top is a waste of time, so just take those off. And a few of the leaves. It's only a matter of weeks before the leaves will colour and fall anyway, so. Right, I'll finish this area here. If I just show you this one. That's the sort of growth it's put on in 3 weeks or less. It's quite a strong growing grape. I'll finish this area and then show you when it's done, okay? That's better now. As you can see, the air and the light can get through to try and ripen some of these bunches. There's quite a bit of wind up here, which is good because it stopped the mildew building up in amongst it as well. If I need to come and snip some more off, I will, but I think that'll do for now. The other thing is, the secateurs are still going strong, still going, no problem. Very dirty now, as you can see, it's just done the grape, but they're still good secateurs. That's a lot better now. The sunshine and the air can get in there and ripen those grapes. Quite a job, but well worth it that was. I'm quite pleased with that now. I can feel the sunshine shining through. Bunch here in the sunshine turning nicely. They won't be long now. The raspberries that we've just picked this afternoon. This morning I picked quite a few because we went to Gemma's. Now I took also a box, not quite as much as that, but a fair box to Gemma's as well. We went to Gemma's because a daughter, our granddaughter Philippa, has got her GCSE results today. Now she got the equivalent of 6 A's, 1 A star and 2 B's. So very well done, Philippa, we're proud of you. Must take after grandma, I think. Now we'll take these up now to the house. It's getting quite late. We'll have some of these for our tea, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, Friday today. It's a cloudy old day, 20 degrees. It might get some rain. There's a big black cloud coming across now. There's a fair breeze. It's a lovely day. Now we're going to harvest some salad crops ready for the weekend, and we're actually going to do the first pick of the celery. Now it won't be as big as I'd like, but if we take 1 or 2 out, we'll give more room to the others and they'll get a bit more water if it ever does rain, and they'll bring them on a bit. Here's the celery. It's making quite a height now, and I think I'll go in here and try and find a thickish one to pull. There are 2 varieties here. Diane will put the name up for you. I think this is Octavius. They're both hybrids. So let's go in and have a look what we can do. I might have to do the knife. Loosen it with the knife underneath. There you are. There you are. I'll just clean it up, take some of these off. There's enough in there for us. Look, that's a nice young celery. That'll taste beautiful. That will. I'm going to just take the soil and the dirt off the bottom. If you keep going round, you'll get them all off. And then we just cut those roots level up. And see? Then if I just pop the knife down, all I'll do is just take the very small and the yellow out, and then we'll send it up. It's easier to clean in the kitchen while you're using it. Right, I'll just top it off. You can actually eat these tops as well. It smells beautiful. So we'll take them off here where it's a bit cleaner. There you go. There you are. The first of the celery. It absolutely smells beautiful, that does. I look forward to eating that, and it'll be lovely and crunchy. We'll pop that in the truck. Now these won't be wasted. I'm going to take one of these lettuces. They're a tall lettuce. They're the Roseanne type. A lot of leaves you get on them, and they're beautiful and clean. Look at that. It's a shame to cut them, really, you know. They do look nice. Still. And then I'll just take the bottom off. I'll take it off over here. Again, clean cut. Leaves around the bottom, I should just take one or two off. But it's where the rain splashed up more than anything. There you are, that's lovely, that is. Quite heavy. I'm just going to go through the beetroot and take half a dozen beetroot, what Di says she wants. They won't be awfully big yet, but they are getting bigger now as the season goes on. We don't want them too big, they'll go woody. I want to get to this end if I can. Yeah, look, they're getting quite a bit of size to them now, so really want to get these used. Alright, some nice beetroot there. Look, they want to wash before we show them, but that's as good as. Now there's no courgettes today because we went to Gemma's yesterday, so we took all the courgettes for her. She makes a lovely soup with them. So this is one of the harvests where there'll be no courgettes. As we go up towards the greenhouse, I thought I'd just show you how the butternut squash are getting on. There's two this side. I don't know if you can see, there's two more hanging there. There's a bit of a dead leaf into that one. I'll have to get in and get that out. There's another 5 there, so, and more still coming, so with plenty of butternuts at the moment. The one here hung in next to the frame there. They've done remarkably well, but they've taken quite a bit of water. I'm just looking at these few radish we have here. They're not quite ready yet. We might as well leave them for another day or so yet. For the greenhouse now. Now these behind me are a few tomatoes I had left over. So I put them in these pots and put them against this wall and just more or less just watered them. They're ready for harvesting, actually started dropping off now, so we'll need to pick the dark red ones and get them in the kitchen for use. We'll just pick along this line of 6 tomato plants and then we'll show you what we've got when we're done. It's just started to rain, so we've popped into the greenhouse, but we won't be in here long because the automatic watering system will start up. We've got a few tomatoes off those 6 plants. Look, they're quite nice, well ripe. I just want to take some of these peppers that are colouring up nicely, just to add to it. It is raining now. You can see they're colouring up nicely, some nice yellow ones there. 1 or 2 ready, we'll take them. The yellow ones are doing quite well in here. More yellow ones there. And some of the lovely orange ones there. Not quite finished turning yet, but 1 or 2 are, so we'll take them. And quite a few still to come. I'll take 1 or 2 of these peppers and show you what we've taken then. Now we don't want a cucumber today because Diane took one yesterday, and the one that's nearly ready is quite big as well. Now we did lose one of the watermelons, it split, and so we had to throw that one away. It weren't very nice. Once the insects get in, the fruit flies get in, they make a mess of it and send it rotten. There's another one beginning to split. We'll keep an eye on that now, and we'll show you the progress of the watermelons as we go. Now, as you can see, we've picked the peppers and those tomatoes that were against the wall, and don't they look pretty? Some lovely colours. Thanks a lot, Stu. You've done us proud, mate. Now, this is what we've picked today with you. We've got some lovely beetroot here. Just nice, that is. Now the lettuce, quite a big lettuce there, and that'll last us for quite a few days, as long as it stays crisp. The first of the celery, it's a nice one, as you know. It's a good stem on it, so they'll be tasty, they will. The beautiful peppers, I'm very pleased with those, don't they look nice? And of course the tomatoes that we grew up near the greenhouse outdoors. Now that's the salad crops harvested for the weekend. I was just looking, the first set of the pansies are all coming into flower. This was the first set of pansies. The other ones are coming up, just getting ready for potting on now. We'll pot those up next week. Doing rather well. Now that'll be it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a few jobs done. Many thanks for those people who subscribed. We do appreciate it. Can you hear the chicken? Many thanks for those people who subscribed. We do appreciate it. And also thank you all for watching. Hopefully we'll see you all next week. So it's bye now.